Hello all, welcome to Excel Academy. So today, as part of a basic signal processing exams, that is the subject which you have, that is 21 EC 33, which is basic signal processing exam. So I just thought of telling you few of the important questions from which I have taught you all, right? I've already uploaded so many videos with respect to basic signal processing. That is, I could do till Z transformation, guys. Inverse set I couldn't do, so inverse set I would be doing it today. Like I would be doing the important ones in inverse set transform. So please to follow this methodology to clear this particular subject, right? The other two modules are from your engineering statistics and algebra. That is your module 1 and 2 is from engineering statistics and algebra, wherein you can just check any important that has been given by a college or any other sources for your that particular thing. But this basic signal processing, so in that particular subject, so the module 3, 4 and 5 are signals and system concepts, wherein in that particular you can see that your module 3 and 5 are easier to do, right? You can easily score marks in 3 and 5, right? And the syllabus is also easier for you people, right? So first let me move on to the syllabus now. So just a second, I'll open the syllabus now. So if I open with the syllabus, so is this the syllabus? Just a second, guys. No, yes, yes. So this is what is your syllabus now, and here in your syllabus, so let me open the syllabus now. Yes. So see here in your syllabus, so you can see that, so these two, module 1 and module 2, just a second, I'll open it through another one. So I'll open it sketch on PDF. Yes. See, here in your syllabus, just a second, I'll take an eraser. So yes guys, see here in this particular subject, so you have this module 1 as well as module 2, right? Module 1 as well as module 2 is your, what I can say, the topics from the mathematical concepts, right? So for that I already told you can get any important questions from the what I can say, any a person who gives you in the college or your professors or any others who gives you can refer that. But my intention is to, what I have done module 3 and module 4, half a part of module 4, at least I have done till Z transform, right? So at least I make sure that I will finish a part of this inverse Z transform and that properties by today, or I'll do make two videos and release it today and tomorrow, right? So that it would be helpful for you. I'll be concentrating only on importance now, because your exam is really coming near, and you can make sure that you can use it till your 2 p.m., that is 2 p.m. of Tuesday, right? So your exam is from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesday, right? Till that you can make use of it, right? Because the why I did Z transform only after module 3 is because this Z transform is somewhat easier, right? That is why I just did it, right? So now coming on to this particular, see, in the case of introduction and classification of signals, we have done all these things, right? So what I told you, I've already discussed about this particular, but I'm rediscussing this again because I need to tell you what are the important and what is not in a proper manner, so that it will be helpful for you in a good way, right? So here it's definition of signals and system with example. You need to study this without fail. And elementary steps, signals and functions, that is exponential, what I can say, the sinusoidal system, step function, all those things are really important. What I've told you, I've explained you, right, how to answer that particular question. How to answer that? First you are going to write the definition of those signals, given signals. So I have also showed you, right? He has asked a questions like, what I can say, explain the important signals, right? Explain some of the important signals, or explain the types of signals. See, explain the important elementary signal with suitable expression and waveform. That is what he has asked you for your examination. And also has asked to explain some important signals also. So you are going to study all this. How do? You start with writing the definition. And then just a second, I'll just write it in a Google, Microsoft Whiteboard, guys, so that it would be really helpful for you students. So yes. So yes, see here guys, it is nothing. So you have to first write the definition. Oh god, just a second, I'm so sorry. It is, yes, 3. Okay, you're supposed to write the definition first. Then what are you going to write? You're going to write what? You're going to write the structure of signal. So signal structure is diagram of that signal. It is asked you to write a waveform. You can also call it as waveform. So you're going to write the waveform of that particular signal, right? Waveform of that particular signal, and you are going to explain what is that signal. For example, in the exponential signal, we had exponentially rising exponential signal, growing exponential signal, and decaying exponential signal, right? So those two signals we had, and you are going to write that growing exponential signal as well as the decaying exponential signal, and you're supposed to make sure that you're going to write what is which and what is which, right? You're going to write first the growing exponential signal, the diagram, and you're going to just write it as, that is, this is a growing exponential signal, and then you're going to write the decaying exponential signal diagram, and then you're going to write it's a decaying exponential signal, right? And before writing this particular structure, you're going to write one thing, that is their expression. So expression in the sense, I have already told you in my video. Please do watch my video. I have told that what I can say, the expressions are, that is equal to your u of t is equal to 0 for 1 and for 0 otherwise, so and so written, right? Those kinds of things. And that is exponential signal. I have written one equation wherein that equation was set to be x of t is equal to c into a to the power of at. We have all done, right? Those kinds are expression, right? So those are expression. So I clearly tell it to you again, guys, please to concentrate. So this is, I'm sorry guys, yes, so please do concentrate clearly. So first you are going to write the definition of the signals, and then you are going to write the structure of, you are going to write the expression of that signal. So this is first. This is first thing you are supposed to do. Then you are going to write the expression of that waveform. Like for exponential, it is x equal to c into e to the power of 8, and for all others there are some expression. I have already explained you in the this class. Which class? That is the basic signal processing with respect to signals classes, right? For this only I have made a separate video for exponential, for unit step, for triangular, for all the signals I have made a video. Please do go through that, and please do see that, and make sure that you write like that only without fail. And then you are going to write the waveform of that particular signal. So this is 3. If you write like this in a clear manner, so if you write this in an order and a clear manner, you will result in a very good marks, right? So this question is really important, guys. Why really important is because it is mainly concentrating on theory this time. So he can ask you 3 questions in theory. So what are those questions in theory? My first one is signals S and S with example. What is S and S? Signals and systems with example, right? You can give real-time example. What we explain? So we have explained an example with respect to optical fiber communication system, right? Basics of what I can say, the communication system. So that is a basic block diagram of communication system we have explained with respect to the system. And for signals you have many examples, and you can get through the internet, right? And I have also told you, please to check it out, right? And this is what. And the second question is with respect to the signals, different types of signals with explanation. I told you the question now. That question only he might ask you, he will ask you for sure. And then my third one would be, just a second guys, yes, and my third one would be yes, yes. And now my third one would be which one? So which one? It is like you have to explain with respect to time shifting, time scaling, time reflection. All those things I've told you, right? That is, you can directly simply write it as, that is basic operations of signals. He might ask you the questions on basic operations of signal. So what is basic operations of signal? That is their amplitude scaling, amplitude, what I can say, the addition, multiplication, integration and differentiation. And you have in the in with respect to time, you have time scaling, time shifting as well as time reflection, right? All these things are really important. So these three comes for your theory questions, right? Or he might ask you to one more question he'll give. Which is that one more question? That one more question is the system, that is that is properties of system, right? You have studied properties of system, that is linearity property and causality and memoryless and not memoryless, and which one, memoryless, not memoryless, and we have learned stable and unstable, and time variant and invariant. All those things we have learned, right? He'll ask you about that. Like what he'll do, he'll try ask you to explain the properties of system with the examples, right? With examples he'll ask you. So I have already told you in the sessions that please do learn the basic example for the properties of system. At least one simple example, you just check it with respect to the textbook or any other material that you have. You can see that you get one basic example right there, very simple example. Don't go to the complex, because complex questions he'll give for exam, the examiner. But for your writing for this particular theory question, you need to make sure that you just learn a simple example. For example, x of t or e to the power of x of t or so and so. There are many simple examples. Please do learn that. And just when he asks you to explain the properties of system, explain what is all those properties, explain in an order. Linearity, time invariance, that is, you can say your memory and not memoryless, and you can say that you can say the causality, and you can also directly say that this stability. So these five things you're going to explain with an example, right? Explain with an example, right? You can take one example and explain for all the five so that he understands, right? This is what is you are going to learn about over here. And so you can say that for your memory and memoryless is also called as dynamic and not dynamic system. So that you need to know, I have already told you in the videos. So yes, and now coming on to the next one for the problems now. So what is the problem he gives us? The very first problem he will give us what? He will give with respect to basic operations of signals, right? Yes, basic operations of signals, he'll give you the problems, right? So he'll give the problems, and so this he'll give you 101% for sure. So what problems he will give? He will give with respect to u of t problems, r of t, that is ramp signal problems, and he'll also give the problem with respect to the signal problem. I have already done that question. He has asked many a times, and you have to know how to do that. And he'll ask you the question with respect to what? With respect to that particular, like I've told you some condition problems I also explained you, right? I've also explained those condition problem. That is for one problem I explained you, right? So that problem he'll give it to you. So you have the videos for all those, right? You have a video for unit step, your r of t, and your signal related problems, that is he'll only give the signal and you're supposed to do it. Those kinds of problems you have, triangular signal problems, and you also have discrete signals, that is discrete signal problems you also have. All those things you have videos on all those kinds of problems, and please do make sure that you watch it without fail. You can understand very clearly, and these videos are made easy, and please do watch that without fail. And I also have explained you one condition related problem, right? That also is present there. So you have to practice that also without fail. But your major important thing is these three, that is unit, step, that is R of t, the signal kind of problem, and he might ask discrete kinds of problem, I don't know, but you study this without fail, right? Yes. So now coming on to my next problematic question from this particular module 3. So he'll ask with respect to the properties of system problems. So you have to study everything without fail. So he can give any kind of problem on that. So that is, I can't tell this or that. So you have to study each and every problem with respect to that. So that is why I say that please do study the problems on properties of system without fail, right? So you got it. What are the important that you get from this particular? So what you get? First you get the definition on signal and system, and you get the questions with respect to the, what I can say, the basic operations of signals theory, that is your time shifting, scaling, reflection, as well as an amplitude scaling, amplitude addition, amplitude multiplication, and so. And next one, and he'll ask you the question based on properties of systems, that is your time invariance and your linearity, memoryless causality, and stability. All those things he'll ask, and also invertibility also you have to add there, right? Yes. And next he'll also ask you a question on, what I can say, the signals, that is types of signals, and you to explain with the, along with what it is, along with the, what I can say, the expression that is being given in your textbook. He'll also give expression along with, and he'll also give the diagram along with, right? So that one, so he's going to so that one he's going to ask. And for the types of signals, I'm going to upload all the images in the Instagram handle, or today I would be set writing my, what I can say, this one, that is advanced this thing. On YouTube you have some advanced features, right? So I would be going to unlock that soon, and I would be sharing it to you by today itself in YouTube or Instagram, okay? Or on Instagram, my Instagram handle is cnc36. so please do go to my Insta handle. You can find things. Today I will be sharing it to you. And yes, and one more thing is that these four are the theory concepts that he'll ask, and in that he might ask any question, but these four are the possible theory questions that he can ask. And please do practice these theory questions without fail, right? You got it, right? Yes. Don't forget to study these four theory concepts, and he might ask any question without fail. He might ask any question without fail. Don't leave it, right? These are the four possible theory questions he can ask, right? We are ready with that, and I've already taught all of this. And please do go to my videos and check it out, right? You get to know. I have written clearly I've written clearly the description there in the video, so you can check with that video. You can see I've written a triangular problems, ramp signal problems, discrete types of problems, and basic operation of signals theory. I've already mentioned there. You can go to my channel and check it out. You get to know all those things, right? And next thing, so let us move on to the question paper now, right? Let's move on to the question paper now. So see here, this is over. So for module 3, so we'll move on to the question paper and check with it. So let me just a second. Yes. So now let me go on to all the question papers now. I've already showcased to you, but once let me re-showcase. Okay, you can check with that video also. That video I have mentioned as, that is the revision session, as well as the discussion of module 3, that is revision of module 3, and the question paper discussion session. So you can go to that video and check it out. So for now, I'm going to just showcase to you again for your exams. So see, here it is. See here, so here is asked you to explain. Don't consider this question, this is not there for you. Take this case the following signal. So this is really important. Study these kinds of question. And here you can see this question, that is, this is also important. Study this. And here you can see that, yes, and this, for in this question paper only this particular, that is 1b and 1c is really important. Please to study that. And now coming on to this particular question paper, so see here, you can see that this, see, I told you, right, what I told. Define signal, explain briefly the classification of signal with expression and waveform. I told you, right? Yes, ask the theory question. Please do study this. Don't leave any theory question, guys, because if he gives you theory questions for a good weightage and if you haven't not studied, then you will regret it for future. That is why don't regret. Study the theory questions as far as possible, right? Don't leave it. While doing the problems, you might feel like this is only hectic, then when can I study theory anta? No, you have to study theory questions without fail, because theory questions will fetch you some marks. If you are trying to lose any question, marks in any question, your theory question might bring you up, right? So will bring you up. So that is why please do study theory questions without fail, right? And now here my next one is, so this question is important, don't consider this question. So if you see any referring any question papers, please do make sure that you should not study the concepts from energy and power signal, even and odd signal, as well as what I can say periodic and non-periodic signal. It is not there for a syllabus. If you get any question on energy or energy and power, periodic and non-periodic, even and odd signal, please do neglect it. It is not there for a syllabus, right? Okay, and you can see here he has given the same questions, important elementary signal. So you can just see the which are the important elementary signals and please do write it. So difference between this question and this question is, here see, here is asked to explain all the signals classification, right? All the signal classification. Here is asked only important elementary signal. So you got a difference between the two, right? So therefore please do make sure that you just what I can say study all the signals, and if he asks important also you can write it, right? Yes. And here, so you can see that this question is important, B question, so I have to study B question, and this is not important, this is not there for a syllabus, so that is why I'm cross marking it, right? And coming on to my this particular question paper, right? Yes, in this particular question paper, so you can see that this particular is important, B question, A question is not there for you, and this particular is not of that importance for you people now. For us it was important, but for you people it is not. But make sure that you study this without fail. Like if he asks for you, we don't know, so make sure that you study this. And this question is important, that is 2A is important, people. 2A question is really important, 2B is not of that importance, and this question is really important, right? Whatever I am tick marking it, so please do make sure that those questions are really important and try to study those kinds of questions, right? Don't leave any of the questions in this particular this thing, right? And if I come again to this one, yes, yes. So now in this particular question paper, so you can see that in this particular question paper, please do neglect this one. 1 and 2, please do neglect, it is not there. Please do take 3, 4 and 5, which is really important, and please do study with respect to that. That is just, you can just tell what is your time scaling, your time shifting and precedence rule. Don't just write the definition, just you have to write the example. Your example will be given along with your definition for this particular time shifting, scaling and precedence rule. You can see in any of the textbook, he'll give the definition and the example. Please do make sure that you study that and don't leave the example. Example you should not leave at all, right? Yes. So this is given for 10 marks, right? 10 marks, 2 5s are 10, right? 2 5s are 10. So for each and everything it is 2 marks. So please do make sure that you write the definition as well as what I can say the example that is being given along with the definition, and don't consider this 1 and 2. This 1 and 2 is not for you, right? Yes. Now this in that 1A, your 3 4 and 5 is important, and here this one is important, and here this is also important, and here this is not important, and here this is also not important, and here this C is important. So whatever I am putting as a tick mark, those are important, and try to practice those questions, right, without fail. Okay, and then please to make use of this, guys, and at least do solve these kinds of problems. For these kinds I have already made a video. Please to make sure that you watch out all my videos to get to know what is the actual concepts of all this, right? Yes. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe and watch my videos, because in my videos I've already done all the important questions from the question paper itself, so that if you just see that only, you can clearly pass your exams without fail, right? Yes. So that is why I'm just doing it now. Please do avail this video, guys. Please do watch this video without fail, don't miss it, and then go to my videos and watch it, and then you can clearly pass that module 3 and 5 without fail, right? If you have studied two modules from that particular 1 and 2 module, if you have studied, now if you are planning to study from module 3, 4 and 5, please do study module 3 and 5 without fail. You will easily pass your exams, right? Yes. Now coming on to January 2020 is over. So now coming on to this particular question paper. Yes. In this particular question paper, so see, you have to consider only till here, right? That is, define a signal and list the elementary signal. You have to consider elementary signal, you have to just list it, don't just explain things, right? Yes. And here B question is important. In the A question, it's half part. I told you that define a signal and list the elementary signal, and here you have to see, check whether the following signal, this is not there for you people, and this is also not there for you people, and this one B question is important, and here it is C question is important, right? Yes, these kinds of questions you have to practice. And now coming on to this particular question paper. Just a second guys, I would be clearing it soon. So just a second guys, I'm so sorry for it. So see here, wait a second guys, so sorry for this particular the issue. So yes, just a second guys, I'll close the other all applications now to make sure that it would be easier. So yes, I will have only this much, so I'll open it now. Oh my god. Just a second guys, I'll set right it and I'll make your video soon. Yes guys, so now coming on to I'm sorry, this particular question paper, sorry for the distraction that happened. So it is not opening properly, so I had to open it again. So see here in this particular one is really important, practice these kinds of questions, right? And here you can see that you can practice the C question. This B is not at all required for you, and 2A is not required for you, 2B is not required for you, 2C he might or might not ask, but for safer side study, that's it. Okay. And now some marking it guys, so I've already done videos on all those. Don't think that she's just marking things and she's telling that this is important, that is important, and we don't have any resources. I only have all the resources in my YouTube channel, you can just check it out. I have already taken all the question paper questions, so you can just check it in my videos, right? Without doing videos I can't tell any important questions, right? Yes. So see here in this particular one, you can study this question, and you can study the C question, and you can study this is not there for you, this is not there for you, and this you can study without fail, right? And here you can study this 2A question without fail, right? This is linear time invariant, a stable, causal stable, and static and stable you can study, right? Yes. Yes. Now here this one you can see that. Yes. So see here you can see that this one, this don't study, this is not there, I told you. this is not there, and here this one is really important. Study this without fail, right? And then you can, just a second, I'll have an eraser. So yes, so now here you can study, this question is not required and this is also not required, and then you can see that you can study, this is also not required for you guys, and those two questions you can study, right? Those questions you can study without fail. And now coming on to, yeah, we finished each and every question paper, and guys, there is, it's nothing guys, so you have to study whatever the questions I have tick marked right now, and you know how to answer a problematic subject, right? It is just simpler to answer a problematic subject. That is what you're supposed to do. As you have to first understand the concepts clearly well, and you have to write your answer step by step, that too clearly. So like you can just write a step by step clearly, so that it would be really helpful for you. For theory, I already told you how to write it, right? How to write theory I have already told you, and for problematic subject you have to write step by step clearly. And what you're supposed to do is you're going to mention things properly, right? You're going to mention things properly. For example, what you can say, if you are doing with respect to basic operations of signal, you need to mention clearly, right? You need to mention u of t minus 2, this signal is u of t plus 2, this signal is u of t minus 2. You need to mention that. And for that I have told you one trick. What is that trick? So you have to understand that trick. That trick is really important for you to clear your exams, or else it might be somewhat difficult with that particular, what I told you, the question, that is the given. If there is any question given, for that what you're supposed to do is you're going to write the given signal as well as the total answer in a single page, right? Given signal and total answer in a single page. For example, I'll consider one question over here, that is yes, if the question is given as u of t, that is minus u of t minus 3. So you can see that, so this is, here you can see that, so you have to write u of t first, and then you have to write u of t minus 3, and then you are going to subtract that and you get one result, right? You subtract that and you get one result. That result also you are going to write it in a single page. That resultant, something resultant, you get it right, you get a resultant like this. If you, for example, if you consider, so you're going to write all these things in a single page. I'd write u of t minus 3, and u of t minus u of t minus t, that is the resultant signal. That is what I can say, the x1 of t in a single page. You have to write it without fail. That means that you have to start this particular basic operation of signal question in a fresh page, right? Because when your paper gets scanned, you know, so the evaluator, what I can say, he can't go back and front to see your answers, right? So if you write it in one, if you write how this particular question, for this particular type of question, if you write half answer in one page and half answer in another, he can't go back and front to check it out. Because if you write it in a one page, he can clearly check it out how you have done the operation for that particular signal, like addition, subtraction and all those things. And it is not only for the evaluator that is the problem, for you also it is a problem, in the sense you have to just go back and forth to do the operations, like do add the signal. So if you write it in a half page, the half answer in one page and half answer in other page, you have to do like this, like you have to go to the next page and see this signal, and you have to go here and add the signal, and this signal you are going to add it with the next signal, means you have to turn off the next page. So you have to do so and so circus you have to do. So instead of doing that, just write all the things in one page, so that it would be easier for the evaluator as well as you, and evaluator can easily evaluate this question without fail, right? So that is what one trick I have already told you when I was doing with respect to this particular topic, right? So this is what is for module 3. And for module 3, please do make sure that you first see this video, then you first refer to my videos, and then I've already told you that I'd be leaving the theory question answers in my Insta handle or in my YouTube handle. So in YouTube you can share photos, right? I'll clear it off soon and I'll share the photos without fail, or I'll share it in my Instagram handle better, so that my Insta handle is, that is ENC36. I've already told you about that. Just a second. Yes, It is E and C 36. I'm sorry guys, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, it is E and C36. So please do follow my Insta handle and get more updates on this particular videos, as well as the answers of some questions which I have told you that I will be uploading it. Today I will be uploading all the photos, so please do make sure that you avail that. That is with respect to the signals concept, signals and system concept with example, and all the 4 theory questions. I will be leaving it on the Instagram handle. Please do check with that, and please do write like that only without fail, right? Yes. And this is what is for this particular module 3. And whatever the questions I have put the tick mark, while I was discussing now, so those questions are really important. Please do practice on those kinds of questions without fail, and don't leave your unit step signal as well as what I can say the RAM signal. So those are really important, and don't leave the signals question. He'll ask signal questions for your exams without fail, right? And then you have to also practice the what I can say, this one, that is the discrete time signal you have to practice. And I told you the triangular signal is not of that much importance. And which are of those importance? Unit step, RAM signal, and as well as this one, that is which one, the signals concept that I told you, right? I have to mark it. So those questions and the discrete type signal questions, and you're going to study, and RAM, all those things you have to study without fail. And in the case of that thing, that is properties of system, you have to study each and every question. Study this much, whatever I have put a tick mark, you can clear the ASM module 3 without fail, right? And this is what is for module 3. And in the next video I'll be leaving with respect to module 5. Okay, I'll be discussing with respect to module 5, and I'll be doing showing 2 to 3 questions with respect to module 5 in the textbook, that is with respect to inverse set transform as well as the properties of Z transforms. And please do avail that without fail and study those, so that it would be helpful for your exams. And thank you.